I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm a lonely night. I love you, baby.
Reach out every Monday
On
BronxNet, 8:30 p.m. with Robbie Robinson, our musical director.
Really?
Yeah.
No!
Yes.
Robbie Robinson?
Yeah.
Frankie Valli's guy?
Yeah.
Not bad. Listen, check your local listings for the time.
Thank you, Ralph.
You're welcome.
Pee Wee Reese has a way with Dodger rookies or Sandlot youngsters. Pee Wee, you do a lot of work with boys.
Not work, Al. I like baseball and kids. I enjoy helping teenagers start right.
Oh, that's around shaving age, and you give them pointers on personal appearance, too?
Yes, a boy has more self-respect when he's clean shaved. I tell him to use a Gillette razor, Al.
You said it, the Gillette Super Speed Razor. And today there are 3. Light for sensitive skin and most younger men. Regular for average skin and beard. Heavy for men who like the heft and feel of a heavier razor. Each is different, precisely engineered. One has the right blade edge exposure, edge angle, and weight to shave you in a breeze. Comfortable, good-looking shaves you may never have had before. And convenient, you change blades and rinse clean so. Choose your Gillette Super Speed Razor. $1.29 with Gillette Blue Blade dispenser and handy travel case.
Hi, I'm Billy Martin. Whenever a team goes out and wins a big game, I like to have them over to celebrate. How does Billy Martin satisfy the whole team of hungry ball players? Hey, no problem. I just pick up some Yankee Franks on the way home, then throw them on the grill, because I know that Yankee Franks and baseball players go together, like Yankee Franks and baseball. Dig in, man. You see, the Yankee Franks have the taste that takes you out to the ball game at home. Colonial makes them.
Reach out, oh, with Ray and Steve. Reach out, with Ray and Steve. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the car.
Hello, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Reach Out with Ray and Steve. This is the show where East meets West, where the Dodgers meet the Yankees, and baseball meets music. We all come together for community. And right now, everybody, come on in. Ray and Steve, the hosts of our show.
Hey, Robbie.
¿Qué pasa, Roberto? ¿Cómo están las cosas? It's Hispanic Heritage Month. It's Hispanic Heritage. So on Hispanic Heritage Month, I am only going to speak en español. ¿Cómo estás, Roberto?
No comprende.
No.
Please. You have to mess everything up.
Poquito.
Hey, man, we've got a big show tonight. I mean, every week we have a great show, but this is really super special tonight because this is the last week of baseball, as we all know, before the postseason starts. And we have one of the superstars of one of the super teams on our show tonight who's in on his day off. How cool is that?
Yeah, who we got, Ray?
I think he plays shortstop for the New York Yankees, and his name is Gio Urshela, my favorite Yankee. My favorite Yankee.
Awesome. Why is he your favorite Yankee, Ray? What's about Gio that he does?
Because he is the most giving guy. He is next to the Munsons and all those guys of that era, he is one of the most giving individuals ever. He has done everything that I've ever asked as far as helping children, and I love him. Yeah, he's just wonderful.
Wow.
How
I mean,
cool.
and plus on the field, he's in the middle of an important week. They just swept the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Right. They're off to Toronto for 3 games, and they're going to end up with 3 games against Tampa. And I guess we'll talk to Bob Clappish about that after. But Gio was front and center with this Boston sweep a couple days ago.
Well, you know what? Bottom line is, let's get him on because I don't want to lose him.
All right.
All right.
Okay. I mean, I think you're going to show a little video clip.
Okay, here's Gio now.
Hey, how are you? How are you? Hi. I like that smile. I wish you the best. God bless you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody come over here. Oh, you
Yeah.
turn around. So you can see all the guys are rooting for you. Okay, so say, hey, get well, get well, get well.
Get well. Get well, kid. Feel better. Get well, my friend. God bless you.
That was one of the great moments, and that's why Gio Urshela won the Thurman Munson Award, Steve and Robbie, and and there he was. It took us almost a year to be, because of the pandemic, to be able to give him this damn award, and we finally did it. It was just me and him on the field, and there was no one else, and that's how we were able to do it.
Wow.
And let's get Gio Urshela on the phone right now. Gio, how are you?
Great. How are you? It's always a pleasure to talk here with you.
Well, bottom line is, number one, how do you feel about the fact that you're the shortstop for the New York Yankees right now?
I mean, feels really good. Trying new position, like playing every day. It's really fun to play shortstop. I feel really good.
Now, I was told that when you signed with the Cleveland Indians, originally, were you a shortstop?
Yeah, but when the day they signed me, they say they're gonna move me to third base, and I say, all right. And then I start playing third base every year, and right now I'm playing short. So it's like I know this position, and I really like it.
Now, Gio, what you guys have done this last week, I mean, you've won like 5 or 6 in a row now. I mean, does the team feel like they can make this kind of a comeback and actually, you know, get to the heat of the playoffs?
Yeah, that's the idea, the mentality every day. We doing the best we can and trying to do the little things to win games.
Now, Gio, after the season is over, I mean, the H21, the hand sanitizers, and everybody knows the story about how you sent all the stuff to Colombia and all that. And when you got when you had the coronavirus, it was important for you to help your people and people in the Bronx. I mean, where does that come from in Gio Urshela?
Yeah, right, 100%. That's the number one idea in the off season. Last year that was a little bit tough year, but with the hand sanitizer, we just trying to help people. Like doesn't matter where they are, just trying to help people in the Bronx, New York, and Colombia too. That's the number one idea this year again.
Now, I don't know if you have even seen it yet, Steve. I haven't told you, and Robbie, they have made up H21 made a bobblehead of Gio Urshela.
Cool.
That I'm very excited about, and the first people to get it, Gio has it. Gio, have you even seen it yet?
Yeah, I really like it. I saw it, and it's really cool.
Now, the first people to actually that are going to receive it are these children over at a school in the Bronx, and they've got several hundred that's going to be delivered over there. And before Gio goes home, after the Yankees become the world champions, he's going to stop off and actually give the first one to the number one student in the school. And
Wow.
how do you feel about that, Gio?
Yeah, feels really good. That's gonna be the plan. I hope that people really enjoy it, and because I really enjoy doing that for the people, help people. For me, is the more important thing in life.
And Gio, you know, the Yankees had like the history of the Yankees with Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle and Thurman Munson. I mean, after these 3 years that you've been here, you've done so much for the Yankees in New York. How do you feel about those names and when they talk about you with those names?
Yeah, feels really blessed to be here. It's not only about baseball; it's about help other people. With you, Ray, we've been doing a really good job, and we just gonna try to continue to help other people.
And, you know, the Department of Homeland Security and Washington and all of these people, I mean, they watch our show. I mean, they honored me several years ago. And, you know, I'm very proud of this young man because he wants to, right now he's trying to become an American citizen because he loves the aspect of America and this country and the fact that he didn't just come here and take it back. He has been giving and giving and giving. And, you know, Gio, I can't thank you enough for being such a wonderful example.
I mean, I want to say thank you to you and for all the people like really trust in us, and we're trying to do the best we can. That's the idea.
Steve, before we let him go, what do you got to say?
I have one question, Gio. Thank you very much for everything that you do, but Luis Severino has returned to the team. How's the mood in the clubhouse about him on the mound and his aspect of helping the Yankees down the stretch here?
Steve is asking, I don't think that you was able to hear him, but could you hear him? No, he didn't hear you, Steve. And basically what he wants to know is the mood in the clubhouse. Is everybody sticking together and everybody understanding the importance of being one unit?
Yeah, like a family. Every day we get to the stadium, even out of the stadium, we're trying to stay together as a family. We just keep that confidence every single day we play. It's gonna be a good result, and now we see the good result like the last week, and we hope to continue like that this week. It's gonna be a really important week for us and for everybody.
Well, the Steinbrenner family has asked me to, in essence, let you know that they're very proud of what you have done, and they know that you do more than just play baseball in that clubhouse. And again, like I said, we're all very proud of you, Gio. Keep it up, and hopefully after the season's over, we will talk. Robbie, you had something to say?
A quick thing I want to comment on it. Tell him that I feel he's a great baseball player. He is a great humanitarian, and I'm wishing, hoping, and praying for the Yankees and the Dodgers to meet in the World Series, and God bless him.
Robbie Robinson says, God bless you, and that you have been a classic example, and that he hopes to see the Yankees and the Dodgers. He's a horrible Dodger fan. I'm sorry about that, Gio, but at the same time, you know. But anyway, listen, good luck and have a great week. And I will be seeing you as soon as this. I'll see you at the stadium this weekend, brother. Take good care of yourself.
All right, Ray. Thank you very much. Thanks, Stevie. Have a great night.
Thank you. He says thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Right. All right. Thank you. See you later, Gio. Thank you, brother. Thanks.
Ray, a class act. Obviously, he does so much off the field, but to take the time out to call into our show to share with our viewers out there what it's all about, and those questions you asked him really give insight into the real man. So thank you so much, man.
Well, I thank him so much. And like I said, I don't remember the last time I was as proud of a player as I am about him. Okay, and probably the last time was probably when the night that Dwight Gooden pitched that no-hitter after everybody said that he was done, he was through, and the only other person that would know what Dwight Gooden went through is the great writer that we have on our show today, Bob Klapisch.
That's right. And Bob, before I bring him on, he's been the author of several books. Let's rattle them off a little bit so our viewers get to know. He's a sports writer, covers the Yankees, does a great job. The world champion Braves, 125 years of the America's team, the Inside the Empire, the true power behind the New York Yankees, High and Tight. Dwight Gooden and Darryl Strawberry just brought up. Dwight, we'll talk about that a little bit. Another book, Dwight Gooden, Heat. I mean, this gentleman, Champions with John Harper and Bob Klapisch. These books are amazing, and he's been an amazing friend of ours. I know you know him for a long time. Bob, are you there, sir?
I am here, and thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you so very much. So what's your take on what just happened in Boston?
Well, I was up there, and I saw it firsthand. This is a very dangerous Yankee team right now. In fact, I wrote after Saturday's game, that the Red Sox should be very afraid of the threat that the Yankees posed in the wild card race. And the only thing that's standing between the Red Sox and the end of their season, they're going to get to the wild card game. I do believe it's going to be the Yankees and the Red Sox in the Bronx. And the only last final bullet they have against the Yankees is Chris Sale. Because otherwise, the Yankees have outplayed them, outmanned them, out-hustled them, out-everything them at just the right time. And it was a remarkable weekend series. Now, I'm too young to have covered the Boston Massacre series in 1978.
I was there.
You were there a little bit before my time as a writer, but this was a miniature version of that same phenomenon.
That's what I thought about, Bob.
Right? And destroyed them, demoralized them. I mean, you should have seen and sensed and heard that crowd absolutely stunned by Saturday's game. And by Sunday night's game, there was this sense of doom all around Fenway that the Yankees had come and conquered, and nothing can stop them now. Really, the only thing that they've got going for them is Chris Sale. Otherwise, I would say the Yankees are going to the division series, which will be a tough matchup with Tampa Bay. But, that's down the road. Right now, the Yankees are the hottest team in the American League and very dangerous.
Well, one of the biggest hits over the weekend was Stanton's grand slam. Let's check out a little clip of what happened Saturday night.
Bases loaded. The pitch to Stanton. Swung on and drilled deep to left field. There it goes. See ya. Oh, what a shot by Stanton. And the Yankees have taken the lead 5-2. He put it into orbit.
Love it, love it, love it.
Wow. So, Bob, when you're sitting there watching this unfold, he throws the bat like a conquering hero, and the Yankees did their part, man, over the weekend.
You see that bat toss? Went halfway to the Red Sox dugout. That was a take that. I've been covering baseball a long time, and there aren't many things I see or hear anymore or witness anymore that make me say, holy, you know what?
Right.
And that home run did. I mean, that was breathtaking. Not just at how far it went. Obviously, he has supernatural strength, but the timing of it and the ability to rise to the occasion, come through in the clutch, however you want to describe it. Stanton was all that. I mean, that's a modern day Reggie Jackson, except Stanton, this is twice as big and twice as strong. I mean,
hey, watch that. I don't know about that.
I don't know. I don't know. Stanton is he is otherworldly strong. I mean, he's even stronger than Aaron Judge, and Judge will admit it freely. Mm-hmm. Right now, I don't know exactly the tweaks that Stanton has made in his swing. He said he's done a few things to shorten the swing, to stay inside the ball. But he's a completely different hitter than he was in April and May. He's a completely different hitter than he was in the first 4 years here in New York.
Right.
And right now, you do not want to face him in a clutch situation late in the game. You just don't want to face him. And in fact, Aaron Boone said, he put it very well. He said, if he's this hot and you face him and you make a mistake to him, you'll be lucky if you're backing up a base after throwing that mistake pitch. Lucky if that's all he does is an extra base hit.
Wow.
Now, I gotta ask Bob, what's your feeling about the double play combination that we have now?
Love it. Absolutely love it. Everybody's in the right place. Now, I mean, everyone is saying, okay, I'm not, it's not unanimous. There are people who disagree with me. that Gio is a better third baseman than he is a shortstop, and DJ LeMahieu should be playing second, not third. I get that. But Gleyber Torres is so much more comfortable as a hitter and a fielder at second. It's worth changing it up a little bit because Gio can obviously play short. He's a great athlete. He has incredible hands. He's got the arm. He's got sufficient range. He's willing to do it. He's comfortable mentally and physically, neither of which I thought Gleyber was. So I think overall now, this is a really good double play combination. It's brought out the best in Gleyber as a hitter. So I don't see the downsides outweighing the good side.
I have two questions, the two pitchers on the Yanks. Jordan Montgomery right now and Luis Severino. Talk about the comeback of Severino now. Seems like at a great time because he's just stepping in and doing his thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's not back in time to be a starting pitcher. I think that's what he wants to do, and ultimately that's where he's going back next year. But he's able to come in now and give the Yankees a huge weapon for the eighth inning, which they haven't really had. With Chad Green has been on and off this year. Zach Britton is out for the year now with Tommy John surgery. They were looking for one more piece. And Severino has just enough arm strength now, has recovered just enough. They can come in and give you two great innings every other day. And, it's such an emotional lift for the Yankees. They really like this guy, and that's an unquantifiable asset to bring a guy who has really struggled for 2 years to get back on the field, worked really hard, very popular among the teammates, and to see him make that comeback, and he's pitching well, and he's going to be part of the postseason puzzle. That really lifts the team spirit, and that's something, again, you cannot punch into a computer and get a number that quantifies it, but it really makes a difference that Severino's on board, pitching well, and it makes all the players feel better about their chances in October.
Now, Bob, I got to ask you, and we've been observing this all season. It's been such an up and down type situation. Yankees get into the playoffs. Does this mean that Boone is back next year?
I'm starting to say 75-25, yes. Now, the playoffs, encompasses a lot, Ray. I mean, you're talking about one and out in the wild card game, then I'd say Boone's in trouble. Gets to the division series, gives the Rays a tough time, and they still lose. Boone's chances are better, although not guaranteed. Now, if he can get all the way to the league championship series and have a huge struggle against the Astros, I'd say Boone is probably okay. And if he gets to the World Series, then he's definitely in. So it's still to be determined, but he's in better standing now with the front office and ownership than he was a week ago. I mean, this turnaround, going up to Fenway and sweeping the Red Sox on a 6-game winning streak with 6 to go, now being in the wild card top spot, that has absolutely helped Boone's standing with the Steinbrenner family.
Isn't it amazing that how streaky this game can be? I mean, you see what the Yankees are doing, what they were doing a couple weeks ago, and now you look even in the National League, what the Cardinals are doing, 16 in a row. They are so hot, it's like they're on fire.
Right. No team has done that in 70 years.
I know, it's crazy.
Remarkable. Nobody's done it since the 50s. It is remarkable. I mean, it's just part of the unquantifiable greatness of baseball. And the Yankees in particular, are an embodiment of inconsistency. I mean, I was one of the people who said in July, break up this team. They're terrible. They weren't going anywhere, and they weren't. Brian Cashman had to make 5 deals in the last 5 days before the deadline to fix what was wrong. He miscalculated on what he had on the roster coming out of spring training. So he basically remakes the team. He puts the players he needs to on board and then lets them do their thing. Now, the Yankees had a tremendous August. They had that 13-game winning streak. They had a winning percentage of over 700. And then they went to another slump. Who could figure this team? I was ready to leave them for dead after the Cleveland series. They lose 2 out of 3. Cole has his worst outing as a Yankee. I've never seen them so down. Yeah. I actually thought Cole was going to start crying in the Zoom interview afterwards. He was so distraught and so unable to explain what had happened to him that he was without words. And Boone looked terrible. Boone looked like he had aged 10 years that day. And they turn around, they sweep the Rangers. They go up to Fenway and they sweep the Red Sox in Fenway. So who knows? I mean, right now, if the playoffs were to start today, I'd say put your money on the Yankees. They're going to the World Series. That's how I would feel today. But who knows?
Yankees are built. Oh, they're built for a short series too. I mean, that team, absolutely. No question. As opposed to for the whole season.
Right. Absolutely right. Like a short sprint.
Bob, how did it feel to be back in the clubhouse? I heard the reporters were back in the clubhouse.
No, we're not back, Ray.
Oh, you're
Unfortunately.
not back in the clubhouse.
Nobody's back in their club. We were getting there. There was talk between MLB and the Players Union. Who has to sign off on it? We can't just march in there. There are several steps up the ladder. But then the Delta variant came, and the Yankees, remember how hard hit they were in July and August, and that pretty much wiped us out for the year. So if it's going to happen, it's going to have to be next year.
So the Yankees are going to wind up in Toronto next 3 nights, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. What's going to happen there?
Right now, I like the Yankees' chances a lot. I mean, they've got Cole going on Wednesday. Based on what I saw, they look great. I mean, the only question is Judge going to be okay? He hurt his pinky sliding into second base yesterday in the 8th inning. That head first slide dislocated his pinky. You don't know how it's going to affect his swing. And the funny thing is, after Stan's home run, he went, down the gauntlet in the dugout, high-fiving everybody, backslapping everybody. I mean, the guy's as strong as a mule, and he hit Glaber in the neck so hard that Glaber had a pulled muscle in his neck. That's one thing. You don't want to be on the wrong end of a thunderous slap from Giancarlo Stanton, even another professional athlete. Glaber was saying his neck was killing. So, assuming that that's okay, you got to like the Yankees' chances. They have to be favorites the next 3 nights.
All right. Well, there you have it, Ray. Bob, we want to thank you so very much for taking the time and joining us. I know you just came back from Boston, and we'll all be watching the series up in Toronto.
Hey,
Yeah,
but
my
Bob,
pleasure.
Before you leave,
Yeah.
Bob, what's the next book project?
I'm working on a secret book project. I'll be able to tell you in a month or 2, but there is another one in the works.
Now, Bob,
There's another one in the works.
I'm publicly going to ask you. They're doing a documentary on my story, and we need you because you're the one writer that, in essence, we want to tell the story. Also, the story of Dwight Gooden and how we were almost shot in the head as we were approaching his neighborhood that night. So you're the only one that can tell this story.
I remember it down to the minute what it was like driving up on Gooden's house and bringing a stranger to his house. It was a cold reception. Let's just put it that way. We were not welcome right off the bat. Remember, Ray?
We thought it was. Are they shooting a mafia movie here, or what's the story?
I mean, they didn't know if we were hitmen, if we were undercover cops. You just don't roll up on Dwight Gooden's house unannounced and expect to be greeted with open arms. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, what that day was like.
Yeah, it was
Sounds like a baseball version of the Jersey Boys.
Well, it was something like that because there was a lot of scenarios going on. They were threatening to kidnap Dwight's sister.
Wow.
And all this stuff was going on. And Dwight had been suspended from baseball, but he's still a major star.
Right.
And Bob says, "We're gonna go. I'm gonna introduce you to Gooden. He lives right near you." And next thing you know, as we pull into the block, like, who are these guys? Like this.
Yeah.
Okay. And I needed my pamper that night.
One final question, Bob. I know you're writing a lot of books. Is that a typewriter behind you? Can you explain what a typewriter is to our viewers out there?
That's where I started my career. It's actually a piece of memorabilia that I show my kids. That's how we used to communicate on typewriters and old rotary phones and in the pre-cell phone era. And my kids like, what? What does that mean? How could you live without computers? How could you live without TikTok? I said, believe me, it was actually more fun.
Yeah.
Well, Bob, thank you so very much, sir. Have a great night. Thanks for joining us a little bit.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. See you again
Thank
soon.
you, Bob.
See ya.
And Bob Clappers is truly one of the most talented writers ever. Unbelievable.
He
He's
knows
a
his
great-
stuff.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. But, Robbie, you know somebody else that knows her stuff. What we
No
got
doubt.
next?
Well, this next young lady, this next young star, this next is one of the true geniuses, and I underscore genius and I capitalize genius in the music business. And she is a superstar, and the world doesn't quite know that she's a superstar yet, but anybody who's come into contact with her, heard her artistry, knows it. And so please, let's welcome, and I think we're going to start with a video of the great, the amazing Sarah Nimitz.
No!
3, 4, 1.
Oh yeah, there she is. Hey.
Wow.
Hey,
Hello, my friends.
hey, let me just say this while I can say it right now because I'm getting old. But this young lady, for me, because I'm a giant fan, she is Carole King, Helen Reddy, and Janis Joplin wrapped all into one.
Wow.
Whoa, thank you.
And she's
Unreal.
a digital genius too. I mean, she does all this editing stuff, right, Robbie?
She writes, she makes videos, she's a director, she's a producer, she plays a million instruments, and she sings her heart out.
Aw.
But there's one thing I'm questioning. There's one thing I'm questioning you, Sarah. Your
Don't
choice-
ask me about my Cubs, please.
No, well, your choice
Oh,
of
forget about
pizza.
that, okay? Don't
Your
even mention
choice
their
of
names,
pizza.
okay?
Pizza. What is going on with pizza here? Look at this picture of you with this
boy.
thing in front of. What the heck is that?
All right, that is a pizza pie. That is a Chicago deep dish, world's finest deep dish pizza.
With a fork and a knife? What
That's
is
right. There's so much goodness. There's so much quality, savory flavor that you can't just pick it up. You need a knife and a fork. You need reinforcement.
Wow, I don't know.
I hope you're getting paid for that commercial.
And the deal with the Cubs hat. You know, you wore the Cubs hat during this picture too. So I know you're a Cubbies person.
I am, but wow, I've got to say I haven't watched a game in about a month. It was just too painful, everything that happened.
Yes, yes. But you are so busy. Talk about the video that we just saw.
That is a song called On 10, and it is from my live album that came out at the end of last year. So for those of you watching, if you want to hear some live music, please check it out. And we recorded that right before everything shut down with COVID. Yeah, that's the cover of the album called 2020.
Wow.
2020.
And how do your collaborations with so many great musicians, that must be so unbelievably thankful. I mean, you must be blessed on all the things that you do, but to share that collaboration with such great talent.
I am so grateful. It's such an education, first of all, to work with so many diverse talents and musicians. And I was talking with Robbie recently. We were emailing and we were talking about, you know, so much tragedy and so much hardship that came last year, but definitely some blessings as well. And one of the highlights for me was working with Robbie here. We came up with so much music, and he's just such a prolific talent. I don't know how you have time for all the things you do, Robbie. Look at us go.
Yeah, we were twisting the night away there.
Robbie is always going, and I don't even know if he sleeps. I don't think he does.
No.
I'll sleep on the plane tomorrow. We're actually going to Chicago this weekend.
You got to get some of the world's finest pizza.
Oh, okay.
Ah, good
Wow.
Where do you weigh in on the pizza debate, Robbie?
You know what? I am from Illinois. I'm from the metropolis of Litchfield, Illinois, and we have a great pizza place there, and it's Chicago-style pizza, and I love it, deep dish. So I have to go with Illinois.
Oh, I mean, you got to come to New York just for a day and try some of that pizza.
Steve, leave it alone, because Robbie, you know how he is. Frankie Valli, Sarah Nimitz. You know, if they're stars, he's gonna side with them. Okay,
so I got it. But
right?
I honestly,
Liza Minnelli, Tom Jones. You know, come on. You know, forget it. Leave it alone.
I would think Frankie would probably be a fan of the New York slice.
I think so. I think he's more New Jersey pizza.
Is that a thing? Do they have pizza there?
I don't know. It's got to be
Oh,
New York.
man. That's
No, I
cold,
love
brother.
a New York. I love
Hey,
a New York slice.
Hey, the boss watches this show for your information. Okay?
Yeah, I know. Uh-oh.
Okay, for your information. So, Sarah, they do have pizza in Jersey. Okay.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
That is good to know. But Sarah, I mean, you're on social media, your music, and you really connect with people in such a beautiful way. Why is that important to you to connect with so many people out there on all levels of life?
I think human beings are made for connection. You know, there's something about the way we're wired. We're better together, you know, and we can all connect and just be together, share music, just share what it means to be human, the wackiness, the craziness, the truth of Chicago pizza goodness, you know.
I gotta get that right in there.
And I'm an introvert. I love my, you know, my book and cozy sofa time, but I love being able to connect with people and share music. And I'm just so grateful that social media enables us to do that, you know, from all around the world. You guys are on the East Coast, we're here on the West Coast, and we can connect like this. I love it.
Well, you know what? This young lady has had one of the most amazing beginnings in the music business. She was born for this business. Her God-given talent is just so extraordinary. Sarah, share with the audience your first time on a stage, a public stage, singing. It's just phenomenal. Listen to this, guys.
Thanks, Robbie. My first time was at a BJ Thomas concert in Illinois. My family and I were all huge fans of his. And as a kid, I learned all the lyrics to the songs just because it was always being played. And I was sitting near the front with my family and was just singing along to his music and just having the time of my life. And he saw this little kid, you know, singing in the audience and invited me to come up on the stage and share the mic with him. And this was back when you could share a microphone, you know, different times.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, I didn't have to Clorox wipe it down. But yeah, it was incredible for me to get to be up on the stage performing in front of people. And I went, oh, okay, I want to do more of this. This is what I like. And then I was kind of spoiled because we would go to other concerts and I would say to my parents, do I get to get up there? And they're like, no.
Well, how amazing is it? It's just it's so bizarre and so unusual that he would let you sing. I mean, what was the song that you sang along with him?
Hooked on a Feeling. It was Hooked on a Feeling. And it was really strange that, I mean, we didn't know each other. Our families didn't know each other.
And how old were you?
I was 4. I was
4
years old.
Think about that.
Wow.
This young lady, BJ Thomas, letting a 4-year-old, but you sounded so great from note 1 that he just let you go.
He let me go, and it was so much fun. They did 2 sets that night. We got to get tickets for the second set and stay and enjoy it, and we stayed in touch over the years. And he was.
Did you get pictures? Did you get pictures of that?
We did. Yeah, my mom actually had a camcorder, you know, one of those. This was the 90s, so one of those big ones. And she captured it on film. So we've got video and, you know, probably 360 or whatever. It's not like 4K now. But yeah, we have.
Oh, it's great. I've seen the video. If we had our act together, we would have been able to show that video, but we didn't know we were going to talk about that. But it's pretty cool.
Wow. Don't blame Steve on that one.
Oh, okay. All right. Robbie, Ray, no one was blaming me, just you.
Hey, and then you later got to, decades later, not that many decades, but then later you did a duet with BJ Thomas on his album, right?
I did, yeah. He had an album where he revisited bunch of his different hits over the decades, and he played them in more of a kind of stripped back, intimate setting, and they called it the living room sessions. So we did an acoustic version of Hooked on a Feeling, and then he invited me to come sing that with him at the Grand Ole Opry.
Wow.
It was so much fun.
And if the audience doesn't know that song, could you give us a little taste of that song?
Yes, absolutely. I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Boy, you just don't realize what you do to me. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's all right. I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing that you're in love with me.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Wow.
That is so great. And when you do these classics, Sarah, like Peppermint Twist, and we're so blessed and thankful that you and Robbie collaborated on our intro. We get so many comments about who is that person. We need to know all about her. But when you're doing these classic songs with these classic people, how does that feel? I mean, that must be an amazing experience.
It feels great. As much as I love performing on my own or doing my own thing, it's so much more fun to perform with other people, and especially when they're such icons. It's just fun to kind of step back and watch them and learn from them. It's so much fun. Really an honor.
And you, in that video we saw, you playing the guitar. How long have you been playing the guitar? All along, or?
Yeah, I got my first guitar when I was 11, and have just been playing since then. And guitar, bass, and then piano very badly. I like to leave it to the professionals, people like Robbie.
Well, she has, if you notice in that video, laying on the ground on the stage right behind her was a big bass fiddle. She also plays that.
Oh yeah, there it is, hanging in the right back there.
Yeah, right there.
There we go.
Yeah, I've got my green screen up because I was working on a video. So this is my kind of green screen back here that I pull these curtains back and forth.
You should
like a
never
brick
tell
screen to me.
anybody.
I
You
don't
should
know.
never tell anybody that you're in a green screen room. Okay. I thought you was in a brick layout. That was.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, I was recently in outer space.
Look at that.
Oh,
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So, Ray, you're not really sitting in the old Yankee Stadium right now?
I am at Yankee Stadium, Steve. Why don't you mind your business?
But that's the old that's the old Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, they didn't knock it down yet.
Okay.
They put all the lights on. They filled it.
Right,
Dude, look at all the
yes.
people there.
Yeah, they came in. They knew you were here, Sarah.
I'm
Of
I'm
course.
honored.
You're very popular in the Bronx, just so you know, young lady. Very popular in the
I better
Bronx.
stop talking trash about the pizza then.
That's right.
Well,
That's right.
well,
That's,
yeah, we'll deal with that another time.
but Sarah, you just had a gig in Vegas. How was that?
It was really fun. I did. I had a private gig out there. I didn't get to bring my chicken purse, I'm sad to say, but it was a blast. It was really fun. And, one of the highlights for me was the deep soaking tub. I'm a huge fan of a good bath. So I just chilled out, read my book, and enjoyed the bath. I'm not that much of a party animal, so I wasn't out living it up or anything.
Okay. So what project do you have coming down the pike? And share a little bit with our young people, because behind the scenes, technically, you're a whiz at what you do. And I think it's so very important to support the music, but to reach out to people. And technically, you do such an amazing job.
Thank you so much. Well, I got really into the technical end of stuff as far as video editing goes kind of over the last couple of years. I started with my own little home studio when I was a kid, working in different, recording software. But during COVID, we weren't able to go into professional studios, weren't able to get with videographers and this kind of stuff. So I really spent a lot of time trying to hone the video editing, shooting videos and that kind of thing. And it has been so much fun. It's been such a great creative exercise. And the project that I'm working on right now is a 10-minute long space epic. It is kind of a combination of 3 different movements. And I'm shooting the video right now. The song is finished and it comes out October 1st. So I think I can get the video done by then. Just gotta finish that up.
Wow.
That
I'm
is
very
wonderful.
excited to share it.
That is definitely wonderful. We
Now,
can't wait.
Robbie, I'm going to probably start some problems here, but have you ever felt? I mean, I would love a collaboration with Sarah and Frankie Valli. I mean, have you guys ever thought about that?
Well, that would be a cool duet.
Oh my God.
Someday, maybe.
I think that Sarah's so busy that she wouldn't have time for Frankie. I don't think.
I would be honored to bring him coffee or even pizza, even if it were New Jersey pizza.
Wow.
I mean,
Okay.
Sarah, what does the name Frankie Valli mean to you?
Just icon is the first word that comes to mind. I'm such a huge fan of him as a singer, as a musician, and just the whole arc of his career has been incredible. I had the honor of getting to meet him several months ago when I shot a video for him, and he's just such a legend. I'm a huge fan. Who's not a fan?
Who's not a fan? Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Frankie Valli and then Robbie Robinson. Okay, right there.
I'll say that since I'm here on here and we're trying to get Frankie to want to sing with me, but in my heart, it's Robbie. Robbie.
Okay, there we go. There we go. And then and Sarah, talk about the work that Robbie does. He has the Jam and Java show. He's with Frankie Valli, 44 years, and you're
It's incredible
tonight.
I am. First of all, I'm the president of the Robbie Robinson fan club. We meet every other Wednesday, and I'm first of all a fan of the person. I just love that you have such a heart for God and using your music in service to the community, and all of that kind of stuff. But your musicianship is so amazing. I've heard you cover Baroque stuff, different classical things. You've orchestrated. You can write like nobody. You're an amazing player. You can program drums, play bass parts on there, put together a whole show, this massive Christmas show that you do every year. Of course, Jam and Java. I really think that you must have a twin that is doing the same, because I don't know how one person can accomplish this much, but definitely a huge fan of yours, Robbie.
Don't forget, Steve,
he has a bright future.
Steve, don't forget, he's also a member of the Los Angeles Dodgers organization somehow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
This is right, and a huge baseball fan.
That's right.
I just want to be like Sarah. I just want to be Sarah Nimitz when I grow up.
Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say, Robbie, you have a bright musical future.
I'm working on it, baby. And I'll tell you what, if to get real about it, well, first of all, Sarah, as I said at the intro, and not just to pat her on the back based on what she said, nice things. I'll have to pay her later, but she is an extraordinary talent, and I've had the chance to work with mega superstars. From Liza Minnelli to Tom Jones, as you mentioned, Frankie Valli. Just a zillion. I've had the opportunity, and she is second to nobody as far as her talent and everything about her. She is the complete package, amazing superstar talent, and she is a superstar, no doubt about it. All these people, one of the things they have in common is that love. They love what they do, and they live for what they do. And Sarah has this, and Frankie Valli has it. He is the most tenacious human being I've ever known in my life. He has a God-given talent. Sarah has a God-given talent. Frankie Valli, then he takes that talent, and he has an amazing work ethic. He's 87 years old. I was talking to him this morning. We're working on new music. We're getting ready. We rehearse tomorrow, leave on Wednesday to go on tour. Sarah lives, she works at the God-given talent, with the God-given talents that God has given her.
Wow.
Well, when you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work,
Amen.
I'm happy that I get an opportunity to do this. And that's the great thing with music. There's always another song, another project. The possibilities are endless. So as long as I can drink some coffee and take a nap,
that's right,
I'm always ready to keep just slogging through and making new music.
One of the things is Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach, who you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Wrote at the bottom of most of his manuscripts of his music that he wrote, SDG, which stands for Soli Deo Gloria. To God be the glory for everything he did, and he lived for the Lord. And his music was some of the most amazing music. And then you also talk about tenacity. Beethoven, Ludwig von Beethoven, he couldn't even hear, and he could barely see, and he was writing the Ninth Symphony, which is one of the most extraordinary things he ever did.
It really is very humbling when you hear about those people, and then I go, oh, I'm complaining about traffic being bad in Los Angeles. Okay, suck it up.
Wow. One final thing, almost out of time, Sarah. We have a lot of young viewers that watch this show, and part of the philosophy of the show is to kind of teach the younger people history of music, sports, but to do community, paying it forward. What advice would you give young musicians or people out there that want them to get that chance to perform or take that leap of faith?
My advice, which is just kind of putting out there what really helped me, would be to go find out about musicians who are playing out in your area, to go to the different jams, or, if there's every Thursday night, and just listen to musicians that have been at their craft for a long, long time. In a lot of the cities, there are these incredible men and women that have been playing for 30, 40 years, and there's an opportunity to just go see them. So I would just say, get out, listen to music, and learn from people that have been doing it. There's so much to learn by just listening and wanting to have your ears open.
Wow. Beautiful advice. And Sarah, how can people contact you or learn a little bit more about you? I know you have a lot of people out there that follow you, so maybe there's some more out there that want to follow you.
That would be great. Yes, I'm on all of the social media. So my name is Sarah Nimitz, spelling right over there. If you just go to sarahnimitz.com, I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. Or if you're in Los Angeles, come get a coffee. I don't know. Just reach out.
There you go. Have a slice of pizza with Sarah. There you go.
Yes, but don't bring that New Jersey pizza. I don't know about that.
Well, California pizza is a whole different story. Sarah, thank you so very much. God bless you. Thank you for everything that you do.
Hey, before we let Sarah go, I want Sarah to see that there was a horse, Robbie. They have named a horse after me and Thurman Munson.
Which part did they name you after? Hey, Ray, which part did they name you after?
Oh, see that, Robbie? That was nice.
Wow!
Show the horse again, please. There he is. That's Captain
so cool.
Bad Boy. Captain Bad Boy, right there.
Wow, that's a beautiful horse.
He's a beautiful horse. He's going to be a champion, and someday he's going to be one. He's going to be a member of the Four Seasons. He's going to be the first horse on the Four Seasons.
First horse. That is horses are such majestic creatures.
Right.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. And
Hey.
yeah, wow, you must be related to Captain Bad Boy. Yeah.
I'm part horse on my father's side.
Wow. All right, I like that.
Awesome.
Like that.
Thank you so much,
Congratulations.
Sarah Nimitz. Thank you very much. Well, Robbie, she's amazing.
Oh, no doubt about that. Hey, that is quite an honor, Ray. So to be serious about it. Yeah, very cool. You and Thurman Munson, that's awesome. And something the other day, my 8-year-old grandson was out here along with my 15-year-old grandson, and we watched Henry and Me, one of your shows, Ray, which was awesome show. I had never seen it all the way through.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Rob. I'm very proud of that. And so, as a matter of fact, you may not even realize it, but I'm sure you probably forgot, but you got me Frankie Valli.
I remember that. Yes.
To do a little Phil Rizzuto voice where Frankie said, "Holy cow, you Huckleberry."
I remember that very well.
Yes.
That's amazing. Well, we're almost out of time. We have a little community segment that we have to share. I'm actually in Minnesota here. I'm a big Vikings fan. Got a chance to go to the game yesterday. We won, so I'm really happy. There we go, 30-17. But I'm really here, too, to kind of give back here, Skol Vikings. But on tomorrow night, we've gotten 100 free tickets to give to the Boys and Girls Club of Minneapolis, St. Paul, to the Mayo Clinic, to foster care agencies, to domestic violence shelters, and a program called Anoka Community Mission that gives back to families in need. So we have a suite at Target Field in Minnesota. Beautiful. Giving back 100 kids. So I am so blessed to do that. And a couple of days later, Robbie and the boys with Frankie are going to be in Minnesota. So I'm going to get to see you again.
Absolutely, yes. It's we're playing Mystic Lake Casino right there Thursday night.
Yeah, Thursday night.
Coming Thursday.
That's right. Wow. That's right. So
I'm very jealous.
Well,
I am very, very jealous.
Well, I'll
you've gone to 2 Frankie Valli shows this year. I've gone to 1. I don't think that's right. I paid my dues.
I know, but you've seen him
I
over and
paid
over
my
again.
okay. I paid my dues, Steve.
Hey, we'll be back. We're going to be back in New York eventually, sooner than later here.
Yeah, and I'm sure Steve already hit you up for those tickets too.
Well, you know what? This has been a great show, and you have a show coming up too after, Robbie. What's that all about?
We have Bruce Pickturf, one of the member of the association.
Wow.
And you remember their songs Cherish and Never My Love and Windy and Along Comes Mary. And he's going to be my guest tonight. And I also have another mystery guest who's going to pop in, I think, in my studio here in a little bit. So it's going to be a fun night, Jam and Java, 7 o'clock California time, 10 o'clock New York time.
And I noticed on your Jam and Java shows, you don't wear the Dodgers stuff. You kind of switch it up a little
course
bit.
not.
Sometimes I do.
Of course not.
Sometimes I do.
Ray's not here, so I have to play, you know.
Hey, well, I've yet to see you wearing your jersey, a Yankee jersey. I see a jacket, but
I don't want to
see a
throw it
jersey.
to your face, Robbie. I don't want to throw it to your face.
There we
Yeah,
go.
right.
Well, the Italian's coming out, and when he goes this, when he does
Yeah,
that, you know.
it's Italiano.
But we're gonna end the show with another Sarah Nimitz video. She's amazing. Thank you for setting that up, guys. Thank
Love
you,
you,
so much.
Roberto.
Love you. Let's check out the great
Love you,
Sarah
Stevie.
Nimitz.
Oh, Dodgers and Yankees this week.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.